I'll put up a poll right now. Whoa. This one, right? Monkey business. All right, who will win? Monkey Business or Counteract Fan Club. You have 2 minutes to vote. There's your poll as requested. Who's going to take game number 1? I'm really not sure how to reorganize that. Sure. I'm gonna be honest. When I start looking at composition, I do not know how to calm a simple fact of a Marty Alpach Baron versus what we know as a double guard. Guys, you have just over a minute left to vote. Who's going to take game number 1? Monkey Business or Counteract Fan Club. Both these teams are 3-0 going into this set. How are we doing split? Make sure to get some points and votes in there now. How are we doing, Terry? It is an interesting comp, a little bit unique. That all being said, like I said, both these teams are who wins the set is going to immediately be placed as number 1 for Group B. That is pretty pivotal going into some tournament playoffs for seeding, trying to give yourself the easiest route to win that potential cash at the end of it. Playing Forza? Ooh, a racing game, huh? I'm worried. Obviously, they're going to have a ton of clear / AoE damage, right? They should have map pressure. This Poch looks like going Bruiser with a magical first item for defense, meaning Marty's going to be the one going full damage. I'm wondering for Counteract Fan Club with this double guard, do they have the kill potential to pick either this Baron or Alpach, or Marty for that matter, assuming that the pressure is going to be had from Monkey Business with the amount of damage they're going to be able to put out. A Bracer is picked up from Cerberus here. Or double Horn Shard pop by both these mages. OE forced to jump away. There's some of that area AoE damage put out by Monkey Business in this comp. This is one of those moments where when you have this much with a double mage ADC, they're going to outclear you. They're going to have map pressure. These double guards have to get to at least 2 items to really find a valuable fight. It's going to be pretty rough early, and they have to recognize, can they fight back against some of this, if not pick their moments to fight back in. Counteract Fan Club trying to send back. They get one of them with a chance to back. Instead, the Cerberus is pulled in, and First Blood immediately secured off a possible lazy back here from Counteract Fan Club on the Cerberus. Neither one of these tanks have beads. Monkey Business happily recognized that. This is a little interesting. Okay, hold on. They're looking for the fight. And if you remember, in a set prior, that had gotten some obscene value from a Vulcan pickup. Instead, this time, now getting punished by Counteract Fan Club. A little bit of a possible troll play. I am in this wall. The wall wins. GG. This should be a second, and is a nice double pick in response from Counteract Fan Club for a possible troll play by Monkey Business, even stepping up there. That lead that was had now shifting toward Counteract Fan Club, and they're able to secure red buff. Are they trying to take it further? Looks like a blue buff invade by Monkey Business here. Yi jumps over speed wall, meaning they're going to give this blue to Monkey Business. I'm curious to see this Alpach build, given this Alpach is going to build Bruiser. This game is essentially even at the moment. But how will this double guard fare once they hit this itemization? That is a fair amount of chunk placed on to the Cerberus. Baron able to play off this Alpach. This Cerberus is the target of most of the aggression, as the Marticarus is able to auto him down and find that kill. That was purple buff as well. Does the Xing Chen have mobility? Forced to use it. Baron's gonna have ult momentarily. You have to be careful if you're Counteract Fan Club. There it is. He's immediately pulled into his death. And a second member of Counteract Fan Club going down with this purple buff fight. This is extremely brawl heavy this early, especially with this range damage from Monkey Business. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little shocked by the amount of brawling there is in this set, especially considering both these teams are 3-0 and fighting for the #1 seed out of Group A. Both of them not pulling any punches going into game #1. Red secured by Monkey Business. I'll take a quick peek at leveling order here. I'm surprised. Hold on. I'm surprised the Baron isn't leveling the 2, instead leveling the 1. Baron trying to pull this Yi back in, forces beads at minimum. Counteract Fan Club able to secure their own blue. Go back to taking a quick peek at leveling order. That's Baron thrown back. Finds a nice little double bounce. Yi able to find the pick. Marty now stunned out. Forced beads. This is a little bit of life from both these teams. Some great back and forth. They have the damage. Yi ult is dropped. Plenty of area control. Did they find the auto? He does. Both mages go down. This seems to be a battle of ADCs. Trying to find who can pick the most away from the opposing roster. An absolution. That is interesting. I don't think you could have ever told me this Alpach is going to pick up an absolution, and I would have believed it. I'm not ever really expecting that. And I'm not sure I can really get behind it, I'm going to be honest. But hey, he's cooking. We got to respect that. I I can't get behind it when they've obviously won 3 games in a row with this kind of cooking. Red buff is spawning in. Monkey Business looking for positioning around it. Oh, Yi doesn't quite have all that everyone else does here. Baron gets stunned out. Red gets secured by Monkey Business. The area damage from Monkey Business is a little crazy. All 6 ultimates dropped. Johnson spawning in. So Yi's trying to find as much damage as he can, consciously knowing this Alponch is the tank. I should say Bruiser, but... So red buff and blue buff invade here for Monkey Business. It's interesting when you start talking about the wave that we're doing here as far as a lead. Cerberus just a little late to it. You know, it is a good point, Outlaws. I'm a little surprised that Deadly is not on the Jing, it being a signature pick of his. Johnson spawning in. Monkey Business hovering around this purple buff. He did throw the grass in such a way you can sit on this corner. So Marty's pulling Johnson while Baron, Alponch are hovering this purple. Jing double jumps in. You got to be a little careful. Marty blinks in. That's a Marty blink. Forced to alt. Blink alt down on the Marty. So that's blink alt and secures red. No picks go down. Should be purple as well, realistically, due to the Jing Chen being so poked out. So both neutral buffs off the back of a blink alt from the Marty. Now, I'm not really concerned because he's got a 50% cooldown. This Marty going a full 50% first 3 items. We asked for a bobble and Hydrogen's given it. Marty pulled bull. It's already at 3/4. Looks like they are aware of this, so they're stepping up. Serb's nowhere near. They have him drop off. Jing's in a weird spot. This double jump is going to get punished. The slows come through. Marty getting damaged down by the Hou Yi. Good presence by the Hou Yi to make sure his Jing doesn't get full sent. Johnson just hitting the ground. I wonder if there's going to be a Transcendence, either Titans or Heartseeker, I'm assuming. For those that don't know, Transcendence, obviously, they dropped the cooldown, gave it pen. I mean, again, we I would more often than not agree with you on the Alpoch being full tank, being worthless. It's probably going to drop in like a Gemma ISO or Ethereal late on this build. However, as much as I want to call it worthless, this team has ran picks very similar to this and got some big value in past. So I'm slow to call things worthless as much as they're full sending now this Cerberus. Middle of a Hou Yi ult. Can they find an exchange? The Cerb able to jump away. Can they find a pick? A nice little double bounce for the Hou Yi. Able to find it 1-for-1. A horrific dropped on top of this Marty. Alpoch trying to buy his Marty some time. Jing just stepping forward slowly. As Yi's pushing mid. Marty pathing defensively. There's the pick. Can they make this an all send? This should be the damage they need. Jing double jumps. Marty's here though. Marty jumps into alt. This 50% cooldown. You gotta be conscious of this. He finds the one. He goes for the jump for finish. Fabdul on this Hou Yi. Able to find a pick on this Marticarus. The confidence to find it in the middle of a wave in Alpoch. I love to see it. Trying to be the difference for his team. Marty's down for 25. This is a power play that Counteract Fan Club has been waiting for. Can they find the value? Red is pulled. Cerberus with a big steal from this double mage. This is a little bit of that footing we're looking to find. Both mages back. What are they doing at this power play? About 10 seconds left. I wonder if this Hou Yi is going to step in and try to get a little damage here. Baron pulling blue. Now I'm wondering, so when I'm looking at builds here, is Marty, I'm assuming is going to go Transcendence in 4th slot. Alpoch, I'm guessing this is going to be a mid guard. So he's sticking with this full tank Alpoch, and I'm assuming this will be a Gemma ISO or Ethereal late. I'm curious to see this Baron build. I'm assuming this is going to be Bobble again for this 50% cooldown, 10, 20, 10, going for the 50 himself. Alternate timeline, see what he drops 5th. And a little bit of damage being thrown on to the Sir build with the Divine. A double blink from this guards. Builds being built a little different. Alpoch all drop for this Absolution proc. So a blink ultimate here from the Cerberus, finding a double alt. It's a trade you're willing to take. Johnson spawning in. This is exactly what I was expecting from the two top teams from Group A. Both undefeated. Trying to find as much footing as they can. Jing not able to connect alt. Now standing in front alone. Marty blinks. Does he have the damage to find this pick on this Marty? In response, or is Jing gonna go down? Hou Yi drops alt. Marty trying to do his best to finish the kill onto the Jing Chen. Alt used. Hou Yi forced to jump away. Instead of a Transcendence, immediately into the Heartseeker here for the Marty. It should easily be red buff, uncontested. Hou Yi just uses one on wave, so not gonna have the range here. It's crazy to think we're going to have 5 sets to watch tonight. This being the first of 5. We do have a sentry from Counteract Fan Club on Bull. There's that bauble we talked about in 4th item slot for this Baron. He pulls purple. His tank's just trying to hold a wave for him. It looks like Monkey Business just giving some time for this Marty to get a starter, i.e. this Bluestone online. Both these ADCs level 19. It's double sentry on both these choke points from Counteract Fan Club. He just passed over the Monkey Business sentry, so they should know he's pulling. Baron stepping in. Calls to drop. Raven Ward was expended here by Monkey Business. With a nice blink ult. Gets a triple ultimate, but is he able to get away? He does. Immediately, Jing Chen throws all Poch back. Can they... I'm gonna just watch this one more time. I'm gonna slow it down to half speed. One more time. I don't know if there's more to see, dude. I mean, I'll watch it one more time. I don't think that's, like, is he on EU servers? Is he just lagging around? That's a really awkward moment to lag, though. Like, you don't have movement speed. He dropped Heavenly here, so he doesn't have that still up. I have so many questions, but I'll ask them later. I'll come back to that. It is lag, I'm very aware, but it's a little unfortunate, the timing, because that is a very situational lag, sir. Yeah, anyway. Regardless, back to the game. Counteract Fan Club able to pick Marticarus as Monkey Business look for T1. I'm going to be thinking about that. I'll watch play for the rest of the night now. I'll come back to that off stream. Yeah, it was a bit interesting. Baron trying to pull anyone back in. Is this how you be able to punish? Posh drops all. They shouldn't have the damage from either one of these teams to really find the pick here. I mean, the way he's chunking around, yeah, I would agree it's lag and not speed hacking because there's no smooth movement. But it's obviously just the most unorthodox and just unfortunate timing for Counteract Fan Club. Regardless, they're able to find a pick, and they find it now on this Alpoch. They do. They're staggering death timers. Marty's still down for 3. Counteract Fan Club are unfazed by what they saw earlier, continuing to push it down. This is where they're trying to find their footing. That microwave play goes hard for sure. Marty stepping to red. Start talking about item spikes. So this will be a Titan's Bane. This Alpoch is sticking with a full tank build with just Gemma Focus. I'm a little shocked by this. I'm going to be honest. The Baron went Bruiser-esque with a Pestilence Glass Shield with 50% cooldown on this Baron. In my mind, especially as this Hou Yi hits level 20 with upgraded starter, full item slot online, Counteract Fan Club have real potential, given the opportunity to get a big pick to run this game down. However, this 50% cooldown on both sides, they have plenty of spam ability with these abilities from range. It's going to make it really hard for this engage. A lot of these fights are going to be on Counteract Fan Club, this double guard, to find that engage and set up for this Hou Yi to not get chunked down just stepping up. So all three of them back. Do they mean they're going to pull bull? Like, this is a little late. I wish I would have saw them pull this sooner. They do pull, but by this time, Monkey Business are going to have a chance to contest. Raven Award was dropped. They know they're coming. Can they try to find this pick? Instead, they're going to jump away. Marty hovering back to mid. There's the Blink Serb ult on this Marty to find Marty ultimate in response. Marty's still going to have double relics up. Absolution proc for this Alpoch actually allows him to survive the Jing ult. So both of these Guardians engage / ultimates are down. And Monkey Business now has the opportunity to go for a nice little push. Jing goes for a blink in on this Marty, able to find a stun, forcing beads. Be careful on the double jump. Not gonna have no mobility now. Does he survive this dive? Hou Yi, itemization online, able to find a pick on the Baron. Can they find it off the stun? The Serb with a massive CC for this Hou Yi to find some return damage. Can they find this pick? Jing with a little bit of setup. There's the CC we asked for. Marty, no beads, no ult, forced to blink away. Can they find this final pick to finish it out? Marty last man standing. Baron down for 30. Marty's trying to step in. Jing's got to be real careful. The damage is there. The Marty able to find the pick on the Jing. He's looking for a potential wrap. He doesn't have blink. Does have ult though. The Hou Yi's got to be careful. He jumps in. Aegis are forced. Can they find the damage to the Serb? Is the damage? There it is. The Marty goes down. Phenomenal teamwork here from Counteract Fan Club. I was a little concerned, especially as the Jing went down. However, they were able to find that return and force the staggered death timers as well as secure bull. This is that opportunity for Counteract Fan Club to run away with the game. They don't have Jing, but Marty's down. 420. This is a 2v2 in the truest sense. Hou Yi doesn't have Aegis. Can the Serb find some big value? You blink. Stuns, but the fight is all they asked for. Phenomenal by the Cerberus, blinking in, finding the Baron ult, followed up by the Hou Yi ult. They have the pick. Marty just spawning. Marty doesn't have blink, but he has ultimate with this 50% cooldown. They get a little damage off. Jing just pathing in to try to help them finish. While this Baron is down for 30, can they find this first game victory in game number 1? Marty is surely forced to ult. Hou Yi forced to jump for the immunity frames. They're trying to buy some separation here. Can they find this pick? The Heavenly's there. Doesn't have Aegis. The Hou Yi actually goes down to this cooldown. They're able to find the pick. Now they have their own power play. 50 seconds on this Hou Yi. Monkey Business trying to claw it back. This should almost assuredly be T1. Zerb and Jing Chen don't have ultimates. But Marty has to be careful because he doesn't have beads or ult for any CC immunity here. Zerb able to get jump away. T1's going to go down. Hou Yi still down for 15. Can they defend this bird? Zerb has ult. Jing Chen solo frontlining currently. There's the big ult. The Absolution proc for this Marty, who didn't have beads, actually finding some insane value. Is the Jing Pride 1 proc enough? Or the death timer is going to be staggered? Instead, he's able to jump away with just enough health. This Hou Yi is up. They find the pick of their own. They have to be careful. This will be game. The bounce just not there. The slow is. Hou Yi jumps in. Full wave there. I'll Poch Aegis use. Jing Chen just pathing back. Marty blinks in to try to find the kill on this Hou Yi. The Aegis is there. And a full deicide in game number 1. Counteract Fan Club taking it home. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect this I'll Poch Absolution proc to find any fucking value, and for the Alpach Absolution proc to actually save this Marty who didn't have beads off this Zerb ult. Found some big value. I'll be spectating them both. League looking to take it home and go for that reverse sweep. I can't feel your heart split.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
But a double, this will be effectively a double ADC, and I'm real interested to see how that goes. Should you go all in? I mean,
come on, man. That's too easy.
We'll find out. I guess we'll find out.
Danny, sorry. Danny, sorry. Danny, sorry.
Outlaws, sus. Game number 2, boys and girls. Like I said, both these teams, this is a pretty large game, especially when they're jockeying for number 1 seed in Group A. Can Monkey Business find this win in game number 2 and force it to game number 3? Or will Counteract Fan Club look for a clean 2-0 and a pivotal set leading into week number 5, trying to put themselves in the best possible position going into the playoffs? Final moments of the prediction officially closed out. Let's see it. I am so interested in observing how this Zhong Kui, this auto attack, this is a double DPS, and how this pans out. I guess only time will tell, and I'm assuming it's going to be a Blink Aegis. Being able to Zhong Kui ult, sit there in Aegis, and just watch it do an absurd amount of damage is going to be real interesting to see how that gets piloted. I'm a little surprised. There is not a single horrific picked up from First Relic. Instead, 2 shells. I'm not going to lie. To my knowledge, Shell was not buffed. Both teams feeling confident that that's going to be a little bit of a game changer, especially from this double guard playing into a double auto attacker effectively. And these are mana potions for these Guardians. Trying to look for some spam abilities. Zhong Kui with his mannequins easily secures purple buff. This pressure is going to come through with this itemization. You have to be conscious of it, and the damage. We're going to be spamming. That's a lot of damage because you're going to find it in spades here for Monkey Business. Charon dashes through. They're just taking to level 5s. Do they have the damage there? Red is going to be spawning after this wave. I don't expect either team to send backs a little late for it. Marty's waiting. Johnson spawning in. Kuzenbo with his mannequins looking to secure red. Is it uncontested? It will be. They're unable to catch the dash, but a beautiful pillar by the Anher forces his Kuzenbo ult. Do they have the damage to turn it? The Bacchus, now the target of all the aggression. Zonkwe ult down, Marty ult down. That pillar just able to catch the Kuzenbo dash, puts them in an awkward situation, forcing the Kuzenbo. Are they able to find enough damage to find another pick? They're not. This was one relic forced. The Zong with his mannequins feeling comfortable enough to step up for a blue invade. They're trying to bait something. They are able to secure Monkey Business with a wonderful steal on the blue buff with only 2 of them present as the Kuzenbo had to back. Trying to build on a little bit of the pressure, however slow without first blood. Take a quick peek at leveling orders. Purple spawning in on her, trying to get in position as well as secure Johnson simultaneously. Monkey Business pathing in, trying to get to this Johnson ASAP. Red, or excuse me, purple was secured. So Zonkwe with an ult forces on her beads on that interaction as well as a shell here. So all 3 relics, excuse me, 2 relics heavily coming up. Only for 1 ultimate expended from Monkey Business. They are building a fair amount of pressure to their name. Red spawning in here as well. Does the Marty actually catch up back? It doesn't. I am so interested to see how this actually pans out. Without first blood, they are slowly building this lead, especially with this double DPS, more so mannequins on the Zonkwe. Well, this is an interesting... Okay, I was going to say, surely they're not going to pull Bull. Just pathing over to check it. Garon's got to be careful. Instead, Kuzenbo looking to push the Bacchus. Horn Shard popped by this Kuzenbo. Johnson spawning in. Doesn't have beads yet for this on her. You have to be conscious of it. Blue buff's going to be pulled by Counteract Fan Club. Does Monkey Business get the chance to steal it? They're able to secure their own blue. However, it is notable Bacchus does drop ult there to try to secure blue buff. So an ult used. It's about a half level lead. Caron, ult from behind. Marty ult forced. Kuzumo joining late. Can they find the damage? Caron pushed under tower on her ult, as well as the tower. Kuzumo, Zhonghui, and T1 able to find a pick onto this Caron, who was looking to wrap first blood. Goes to monkey business. Purple's going to be spawning momentarily. It's a big spike off first blood alone. Honor's looking to wrap. They have a Nene. Johnson spawning. Red will be as well. Morty path in. This will be a full 3v3. A Raven Ward was thrown up over Bull area. In Discord, not here. Red was secured by monkey business. I'm still gonna tell you in Discord versus in Twitch channel. It's crazy. Marty feels confident enough to be here alone. Bacchus drops ult. I don't think they have enough damage. Marty has ult regardless, even if it got close. So Bacchus ult dropped. Zhonghui, just double checking, make sure they're on Bull. I can almost guarantee the Zhonghui is going to go blink second. How are we doing, Lucas? He just ticked over to level 12 a second ago, so I'm interested to see if he actually ends up going it. Blue buff was secured by Counteract Fan Club. Almost a steal over the wall by Marty, or a good contest anyway. You missed game number 1. We still have 4 more sets after this, so you didn't miss a ton. Fit Trevor, appreciate the raid. Hopefully your stream went well, big dog. We have plenty of Smite to watch. Don't you worry about it. For those of you that are just joining or missed this, this is the first set of 5 tonight. Monkey Business versus Counteract Fan Club. This game is going to decide who is number 1 seed for Group A currently going into week number 5. There were supposed to be 7, but obviously we dealt with some issues. Red not quite yet spawning. Kuzumo just trying to buy some time for his double DPS to reach here. Dash is down. Do they have some damage? Red buff was secured by Monkey Business. This Bacchus frontlining alone. The Zhonghui, they gotta have any kind of damage to really turn this out. I feel like those trades aren't going super well for Counteract Fan Club. I wonder if that's going to change as soon as we get some big anti-heal, especially from Counteract Fan Club. You're playing into a Marty Zhonghui. Can they find that opportunity? So we have 6 weeks of league play, and then the lower division playoffs will be the Saturday of the 7th week, and then the 8th week is the final upper division tournament. So when I look at this, so we're 4, 5, 6, 13th and 20th will be your official dates for the tournaments. Lower division and upper. Said no one ever. True deep. Caron grabs tablet, second item. Looking to go a little bit of bruiser. I don't mind this pickup at all. Marty going this bobble, 50% cooldown once again. Originally in game number 1, Hydrogen was on the Marty, now given to Face, both electing to go a very similar build path. Zhong Kui, like I said before the game started, going this full auto attack base, double DPS. For Monkey Business, Kuzumbo will be a solo frontline agent. The Zhong Kui did go blink for the second relic, looking for that big engage to start. K-Money was 6 months, half a year. It hits me with an ugh. That's how every admin feels. Yeah, so next week will be week 5 and then week 6. So we have 2 more weeks of league play, followed by the tournaments the following Saturdays. The league play is obviously playing for seeding. Karan alt down, so an alt already expended. Not finding a ton of value from Counteract Fan Club. Johnson now the target of both these teams. Impale just off the mark. Bacchus drops an alt and ups down, so they have the damage focus out this on Quay. Shell used Aegis as well to immunity frame that on her alt. 2 relics expended. Should easily result in a red. They're starting to win some of these trades. This Double Guardian finding some of that tankiness to be able to up, down, and drop that damage for this on her. Allowing him to step up and drop some damage onto this DPS. I'm excited to see, especially as itemization comes through, this mid to late game. Will this shift? Or can Monkey Business continue to build this pressure with his double DPS comp? Zhong Kui, full auto attack, is pathing toward Bull. Is he placing an award? Is he pulling? He is pulling. Jesus, that damage. He is burning this quickly. Can they actually get to it in time? They do, and they push him off. He's on it. It's being pinged out. Kuzumo knows. He's looking to wrap. Karan doesn't quite yet have all. Zhong Kui tanked up a fair amount of that Bull, forced to back on her, pathing back after getting Kins. Purple's pulled by the Kuzenbo. The third item on Kuzenbo has to almost assuredly be Thebes. I'm surprised he's not dropping it here versus the Shoguns, but it wants to get this Shoguns online for almost a double ADC, so it is the Thebes, like I'd mentioned. Okay, quick look at this lead. They've kind of hovered around this 2K mark for a fair portion of this game, almost just the 7-minute mark. I'm wondering, one team fight is going to break this semi-stalemate, and which team's going to end up winning out. Counteract Fan Club, with the most recent 2 trades at minimum, have found some really good trades resulting in a red buff. I'm wondering if they can continue down that and eventually find a big pick for themselves. Red's pulled. Zhong Kui able to secure it. Are they able to find a big engage? Playing it slow. So Red goes toward Monkey Business, but are they going to look for a possible fight after? Johnson spawning in. Kuzenbo pushes Bacchus off. A fair amount of damage turned onto this on her from this Marty Zhong Kui. Zhong Kui does have Blink. On her back gets stopped. He's trying to start it. Unfortunately, going to be unable to. This might be that moment. On her's a little poked out. This could be a wave clear Bull. Instead, both these DPSs looking just to path away. Karan ulting through. Zhong Kui has Blink. You have to be careful. There's the blink all over the wall. Bacchus is that target. Shell drop. Do they have the damage to find it? Heavenly to disengage here for Counteract Fan Club. And all 6 alts are off the map. A double ADC, the Charon dash down, no ult, and the damage that comes through. Charon goes down almost instantly from this double ADC-esque comp, this Marty Zonquay auto attack. Completely disappears post-dash. This Honor has to be super careful. Good Aegis, but is it even gonna matter? He's forced to jump away. Zonquay doesn't have Blink, but they are pushing. They have a wave. Shall use. Bacchus goes for a Blink. The jump, the flop is off the mark. It should easily result in bird, and does. That is a T1 bird off of a pick. That is an insane spike off of one misplay. We talked about that fight moments earlier, and not at all what I expected to have happen. There's that spike. T1, a kill, and then bird. Red and purple are spawning. I would assume at this moment we're going to grab all the neutral farm and get this Marty at bare minimum. If not, Zonquay to level 20s. These spikes are going to be huge to get either one, if not both, to level 20, as none of Counteract Fan Club will be anywhere close to hitting that spike. A pivotal one at that. Zonquay just picks over to level 20. Or excuse me, level 19. Take a quick peek. So he's got about half before he hits this level 20. Hydrogen's had this auto attack Zonquay in his back pocket. I've talked about that a little bit. He told me to keep a hush-hush about it, but at least we get to see it. There's several teams that have some very cheeky picks in the waiting. Bacchus gets pushed. They have the damage. Zonquay drops ult. Marty drops ult. The beads are there. Or excuse me, the shell is there. Aegis from the Marty on her, finding the pick onto the Kuzenbo, forced to jump away. Zonquay is chunking down this Charon, and this double ADC slash DPS now knocking on the door for a possible game-winning #2 to try to find a reverse sweep. He leaps in on the Zong. Does he have the damage? The Aegis still goes down. Is he able to find the pick? Bacchus up-downs to find the pick on the Zonquay. That pick, if the Bacchus doesn't pick up the Zonquay there, would have resulted in game, buying his team just a little bit more time. That was both relics off the on her. What's up, Pitt? You're so dumb. Hey, girl. Oh, jeez. He is going every ring known to man with this mannequins and Shoguns. Barty is not in the league or in any of the tournaments. He has not decided to play at all. The third item is Thebes. Bacchus. This Void Damaru. And Deadly doesn't have many prompts. Obviously going Tablet second into Bewitched Dagger. Obviously just having health and utility. We just discussed it. Level 20s. And only level 19. So we have massive spikes here for Monkey Business. This is the fight they've been dreaming of. This could be this easy game #2. Force it to game #3. Can they find it off the backs of this auto attack Zonquay with starters in hand? Charon ult across the Kuzenbo. Zong steps in. There's Bird. How's this post-Bird fight look? Marty dropping a fair amount of damage down. Marty goes into ult, trying to push this on her back into spawn. Zong steps in with ult. Can they find this game win in game #2? The all-in for the Titan it is. Monkey Business taking game number 2 and forcing it to game number 3. Is Auto Attack Zonquay OP? I don't know. I lost all my points. I'm interested. What these teams adjust to game number 3, man. Game 3 rigged? I mean, is it written in the stars? Again, both these teams getting first or second seeding. Dude, you have the easiest seeding and pathing in these tournaments. It's a pretty pivotal set. Both these teams are pulling all the stops trying to make sure they find it. I don't know. I wouldn't say rigged. But the on her, I'm just convinced in the traditional comps, Monkey Business is punished and on her over and over again for that range. On her wants you close and personal. He wants to play into a double front line. When you're playing into a traditional double DPS, I feel like on her is getting shit on every time. You're getting outranged. You can't battle it. And anytime you're behind looking for auto attack via auto attack, it just feels terrible. So I'm a bit surprised that was picked up. Just a little unfortunate. You did give a ton early. You had some questionable team fights as well, but... Too much Guardians. There's too many Guardians on Fort. Third game's going to be interesting. I'm just wondering what adjustments they make team composition. What adjustments do you make going in to game number 3, if any? Do they run the double guard? Do they go at Assassin, Bruiser? What are we doing here? Take a quick peek at... Who? Yo. Did I pay the prediction out? Hold on. I might not have, and I need to check that now. Oh, start prediction. All right, good. Do I have to... Am I not spectating, or do they stop lobby? Trolling. All right. Counteract fan club now in the first pick position. While Monkey Business is now second. Game number 3. Do they have enough left in the tank? Soul, Baron, and Marty banned out, and a Kuzumbo locked in first for Counteract fan club. We have 5 sets tonight, so this is the first. We have 4 more. So yes, there is plenty that's going to be happening in tonight's stream. All of tonight's stream will be spectating sets. All right. Counteract fan club, good. Prediction is up. Prediction is open for 5 minutes. Who's taking home game number 3? I know Sonny and Splitfire are all out of points, putting it all in, and a Fab Duel's betting on the wrong team. Unfortunately for them, a new prediction is up. Who's taking home game number 3? Put your money where your mouth is. Counteract fan club grabbing Kuzenbo, now hovering this Hou-Yi, giving this Charon and Wukong over to Monkey Business. We've seen this Wukong used a ton, especially with Runeforge proc. Uller is open, but is he electing to do it? Maybe Counteract after game number 2 isn't feeling it. I guess we'll find out. For the record, everything's open outside of the Marty ban, obviously. Wait, did you wait, time out. Krishala, did you just all in against Fab Duel? Am I reading that right? Oh no. Oh no. Oh man. Honestly, where is it? Hold on. I need to play this. Bro, where is it? There you go. This is what Fab Duel's thinking right now.
Emotional damage.
He did lose to an auto text on Quay. So he picks the Uller. Uller wide open. Typically we've seen an Ares or several, some Guardians or Frontline able to punish this Uller's lack of CC immunity. This god does an absurd amount of damage given the chance to get to late. Instead, they're going to be banning out these mages against Monkey Business. I think Monkey Business, I'm a little shocked as far as the swing here, guys, because we've seen Monkey Business in past sets grab this double, if not triple, range character axe for this pressure early to mid-game, and now grabbing a double frontline, shifting gears composition-wise, and maybe only going a solo, or excuse me, a single DPS with a double frontline, which is something we haven't seen from Monkey Business, I feel like, in a couple sets now. Instead, putting all in on the Zhong Kuei, going auto attack Zhong Kuei. They felt like it did enough, and they're looking to pilot it through for the biggest set yet for their Draft Joust League during weeks number 4, trying to secure that number 1 seed going into playoffs / the tournament. I mean, surely if Fab Duels loses this game, he can't show his face again. No, how do we... There's plenty of points on both sides. It would appear no one's favoring one side or the other. And Achilles being hovered. We saw this Blink Aegis here from Zhong Kuei last game. Is it going to be just triple Aegis if we go that? Okay. So we're hovering some warrior picks. I don't mind the Guans. We have some Prot Shred there. You're playing into a beefy 3-man here from Monkey Business. I'm worried because your ability-based Ash on this Uller, if he doesn't get to late game, is he really going to find that value? Because Uller wants to poke down a DPS player. Well, yes, he has to go full DPS, but is he going to have enough to do what he needs to regardless? You have the thing in front of you, Zabe, so I'm assuming they registered it. You predicted for Team 1, Fab Duel, Charles, and Deadly. Yeah, I see number 1 in front of you, so you voted for Team 1. Game number 3. I genuinely don't know. Like, I could call this either way, given early or late, but Fab Duel ADC, they just lose. GG. On paper, we've seen a lot of things. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. We start talking about paper. Monkey Business has taken us off paper to their own script, and they said, I'm going to write the book on how Joust is supposed to go. So the meta we think and know, Monkey Business trying to write their own and show that they're just better at it. So that all being said, guess we'll find out. It's not. I said passives and auras don't count, brother. I'm talking raw base stats on items. There's a Rune Forge on this Achilles. The cheer from K-Money. A double blink. So we have Achilles Cruising Bow with double blink. A Rune Forge Achilles first item. And I am trying to guess at what this first item is. Sure, are we going Soul Eater SWK? Oh my. Ah. I don't even know how to call that. That's just a whole lot of damage in a wave number 1. More than enough to find First Blood. Absurd. And plenty of F6s in the chat. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, boys. I was not expecting that amount of damage. They found more than enough. Can they find the damage onto this? They have had 2 people pushed under tower and not able to fully CC it or gridlock them there to find a return value or a return pick. But can they find it without it? Uller jumps in. He's playing into a mannequin Zonquay and immediately goes down. Rat Squid with the sub. I appreciate you for 5 months, big dog. This is... I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The jump might have been a misclick. Surely had to be a misclick. How we doing, D? That is not the start I want to see. And I guarantee you, Counteract fan clubs is probably saying the exact same thing right now. Losing the Achilles to wave number 1. You've done all the work in game number 3. You've done all the work in game number 1. They have to find their footing. This. Eh? We're just throwing random waves at this point. I'm assuming a little bit of a flex by the Charon. Buying hella separation, the space creation we just saw. Absolutely absurd. This damage turned onto the Uller from this full damage SWK. Surely he doesn't full send it. He thought about it. Instead, backing up out of tower. Uller back gets stopped from the Wukong clone. Blue buff looking to be invaded here from Monkey Business with a little bit of a lead occurring for themselves. You know, the Zonquay auto attack might just be the truth that Hydrogen's looking to spread his own little cult. Achilles is looking to step here. Possible steal. So is a Soul Eater first item for SWK? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's even relevant that he needs to upgrade mannequins. Frame drops? Not that I'm aware of. I think you just fucking... Ugh. SWK is getting full set. The Achilles able to find an execute, forced to execute away. I lagged for a second, I'm sorry. It is actually a little shocking. This Achilles is actually going to go down to the Zhong Kui in response. As I'm trolling, talking about frame drops. What I was going to say is this isn't a Runeforge. It's straight into a Blackthorn hammer for this Achilles. They were able to find the big execution on this Wukong, unfortunately going down to the Zhong. Red buff spawning in. A Hail Mary of an attempt with a Nene looking for a steal. What's a 1,000 gold lead here for Monkey Business? You know, we've been talking about this auto attack on Quay. We haven't been talking about the simple fact this Charon is full damage currently. We're all on the same page with this. We're all seeing this. The bird forward from SWK. Trying to find a possible pick. And the potential blue invade from Monkey Business. Way too slow, hold on. Johnson spawns in. Kuzenbo unable to catch the Charon dash. We do need some Imagine Dragons. I think Counteract needs some Imagine Dragons right now. Dragon these nuts! Okay. I couldn't, guys. It was just an opportunity. I missed it. Blondie, that is me. Mr. Blondie.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Okay, money, you were a little slow, big dog. I'm disappointed. Orange shard pop by the Charon. I'm not counting the Counteract fan club out quite yet. Beads are forced. They're able to find a first pick. Can they get out safely? Red and purple are spawning. So both the Kuzen and Achilles all expended, as well as this Beads off the Uller to find the pick on the Charon. They find the kill, but are going to be losing the neutral farm. CK, man, I just need you to know the future, big dog. I need you to know the future. This Kuzenbo goes down. The Uller's got to be super careful. He doesn't have beads. Stepping in can almost assuredly mean certain death. Tiger Stun comes through. The axe just missing. The silence comes from this Charon joining late, and the Uller goes down without beads. The silence just too much with this CC, and a T1 at an 8-minute mark. Just an absolute steamroll here from Monkey Business. A blue buff invade as well. Achilles doing his very best to find any value or a possible trade. Has to be a little careful. There's not a ton that they're going to find value in. That's a whole lot of F6s. That duel's trying, boys. He's trying. So 2 alts dropped. Zhong Kui and Charon. This Achilles has ultimate. Charon has to be a little careful. This Achilles is looking to stick it. He's got to do it around tower. Can he find it? He does. Immediately ults out. Zhong looking to close gap. Zong doesn't have Blink, only has Aegis, but the SWK is here. The slow is going to come through. He's able to find that return pick. Johnson going to go to Zong. You're only doing it with... That's so messed up. I'm only throwing up F6 when Fabdul dies, which has been twice. Listen, us ADC players have to stick together. You're not helping. Oh no. I'll be honest, you're at 2,300 as far as a lead. These are level 14, level 13 into level 12s. They do not have second relics. Red is being secured by Monkey Business. They have the pressure. I'm assuming once we hit this third item, especially off this back, it's going to be a wave bull. And they have the ability to do it, especially without second relics on either the Kuzenbo or Achilles. That is a massive disadvantage to try to fight into. And I'm a little concerned they won't have the ability to win it. Bull's pulled. Achilles tries to find a stun. The Zhong Kuei did blink on this Ullr. Charon ult is expended. Can they cover the ground with this Ullr having speed buff on? Unfortunately not able to. Kuzenbo pushes the Wukong under tower, forces Wukong ultimate. Waves here. The Achilles does blink in, but a mass amount of damage returned onto him for it. Ullr might be a little OP given he was able to get away from a Charon Zhong Kuei. I'm still going to keep pointing it out. This is a full damage Charon. I would have thought it would have been Bruiser, but they are sticking with this traditional comp in a unique fashion of their own. Zhong Kuei able to get the back off. Hey, when money is on the line, especially seeding going into this tournament, Monkey Business says, you know what? We still have that answer, and not sticking with the meta, writing their own meta. Charon alt used. Bull's pulled to be able the chance to steal it. Zhong Kuei Tiger stuns the Achilles. Achilles forced to execute out. Kuzenbo dropping alt just to create some kind of separation to get his Achilles out. Bull is secured. Now pushing. Do they have enough damage? This can easily be game. If one of Counteract fan club team members go down, are they able to defend this? They have to be conscious. They can give up bird, but if one of them dies, that's just so little damage. This Kuzenbo steps forward, but you got to be careful. They have the damage to blow you up, and they do. Kuzenbo goes down. Bird following, and Wukong ulting in. This Achilles doesn't have all three members of Monkey Business on Titan, looking to secure game number 3 in a reverse sweep for first place. Fabdul on this Ullr jumping in, securing kill on the Zhong Kuei, trying to fight back against all odds. Beads the Tiger Stun into the Charon ult. Does he have enough? He doesn't. Picks 2, but unfortunately goes down to the Charon. Does the Achilles find this pick? Oh, so important. He doesn't have ult quite yet. Just getting it, trying to close ground. Oh, able to find it, staggering those death timers. Zonkwe down for 16. Uller down for 20. Fire waves pushing. Because the Uller goes down with this composition, I don't think they find anything. Yes, they wipe all 3, but is it enough to fight back into this game? Bro, why am I dropping frames? What the fuck? They're just too OP, guys. I'm dropping frames. I'm not really fucking sure why. Alright, it's coming back. You're good. I'll try to reset after this game before we started our next sets as well. I'm so annoyed by this. It's crazy. I don't even have McDonald's Wi-Fi. I actually have fiber, but I'm still having trouble apparently. Kuzenbo trying to fight inwards. Can they find that pick? They do. This Kuzenbo goes down twice in a row. The damage more than enough there. Monkey Business looking for an end with his Zonkwe. The damage coming through, and a game number 3 secured. And a reverse sweep by Monkey Business with his auto attack Zonkwe. Full damage Carolyn. GG. Anime. Oh no. Alright, let's take a look. So they win this. Monkey Business. It's 3-1. All right. The infinite ring challenge prevails, dude. I'm telling you. Got baited by Fab.
Yes! 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 Yes!